Hi, it's Gab and Dad back.
I'm Dad.
He's Dad. We're in my kitchen, which is fitting, not that you care, but the movie we're reviewing is...
Hunger Games. Can I have an apple? Thank you.
But now I'm going to chase you and kill you.
Hunger Games. I won't spend a lot of time telling you what it's about. You probably know already. Everybody knows, but it's about a dystopian future society which amuses itself and the regime of which keeps the population docile by arranging for children to kill each other.
That sums it up. Starring Jennifer Lawrence, of course, as the central heroine. It all revolves around her. She's trying to survive. And Katniss, Jennifer Lawrence, I said that. And we just follow her. She volunteers. She goes off to the Capitol. She's thrown into the games. Yeah. And you appreciated the strength of the story arc based on the first of the trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a strong storyline that drives the film, which I always like that. Although it's too long, they could have cut 45 minutes out of it. You would be glad that they had.
You'd be more hungry for more.
Much too long setting up the premise of the film. Much too much time running around in the forest with bows and arrows, which is basically kind of tedious to watch. Two things.
Even if you're fighting for your life.
Two things I'd say about the film. The first is it's not just a kind of a thing for high school boys and girls to find amusing. It has a kind of a sinister political subtext about how authoritarian regimes suppress and manipulate the population. Not terribly original, but it's there and it's interesting, and it gives the film a little bit more gravitas, maybe than it would otherwise have.
And it's fresh to also be from a youth's perspective. Like they're the ones who are the playthings.
There's going to be sequels, obviously, and it'll be interesting. I can predict what the sequels will be, but I won't bother doing that now. The other thing I want to say about the film is, given its subject matter, its horrible, evil, and shocking premise, that political regimes organize the killing of children for everybody's amusement, and because it works politically for them, there's remarkable lack of emotion in this film. You don't really care about any of these characters. You're not moved. For example, you're not moved the way we were moved by District 6, which is a sci-fi film. Sorry, District 9, yeah. I always get confused because of District...
You're always trying to make things shorter.
what district are we in now? District 9, set in South Africa, sci-fi, with these...
Or something like The Road,
these alien creatures, but you were actually quite moved in some cases, not by this film.
You really need to identify in some way on an emotional level with the hero, heroine, the people in peril, the people striving and fighting to...
Yeah, and it subversives the film, because kids are killing each other off, and it's just sort of, you don't care. It's just sort of entertaining.
There's a certain death midway or more than midway that I started to feel more moved, although it was manipulative, and I don't want to spoil anything, but I wasn't as engaged emotionally as I thought I was going to be. And we're not that old. I mean, I think you don't have to be young to appreciate this film, although the source material is for young adults. And it stars you.
What district am I in?
Here, strengthen yourself up.
What district?
But I think just given the story and the intensity of it, and it was well directed, and it is interesting on many levels, that I thought I would be more engaged, even by the actual action and violence, which I usually like to see if it's done in a good way.
The violence was actually boring.
There were definitely parts of the film that I felt dragged, and I was a little bit bored. On other levels, such as you mentioned, the allegory levels, interesting things going on, maybe not delivered on as well as they could have been. But there's going to be 2 or 3 more films to come, and I do still... Dad might not go with me, but I'm still holding out for being more engaged in this franchise. I think it does... It's not fluff and it's not garbage. It does have some things to offer.
Mildly entertaining, and I predict that the sequel will be about the population of District 12 rising up to try and destroy...
You've read that book, Tell the truth. No, I haven't. On the subway. In the closet you read young adult fiction, don't you?
Well, but I put this wrapper around it that says Wittgenstein's Tractatus Logicus Philosophicus, and then I put behind it, goodbye folks. 3.5 dads. 3.5 dads.
3 3/4 Gabs, The Hunger Games.
Yeah, don't go and see it, but you will.